The car dropped us at the building on Tremont Street. We went in, and as the elevator doors closed on us, I noticed that all Malone's twitching had suddenly stopped. "I'm sorry," he said. His eyes were fixed on the floor. "I'm real sorry for this, Bill." "You're sorry for what?" He didn't answer. I had to hear it from the commissioner. Chapter 2. Boston PD legend says that the visitor's chair in the commissioner's office is an old electric chair. I'd heard whispers around the department that some sadistic jerk occupying the top job had acquired the chair from a prison auction in Ohio and simply cut the straps and headgear off to make it acceptable for the office. Malone and I entered and took 2 identical chairs, either of which might indeed have been an old Sparky sourced from the depths of the Midwest. The wood was eerily warm, and there were gouges in the arms that perfectly fit my fingernails. I wouldn't have liked to be sitting in front of Commissioner Rachel McGinniskin, even if the news were congratulatory. The red-haired, narrow-faced woman was a descendant of Barney McGinniskin, the first Irishman ever handed a police baton in Boston. From the moment Barney pulled on his blue coat, his appointment spurred hysterical newspaper reports, violent riots, and Irish bashings nationwide. The anti-immigration, anti-Catholic parties dumped him out of his job after only 3 years, and years later, Rachel McGinniskin had fought her way up the ladder in the force out of pure spite. The commissioner opened the laptop and swiveled it on the desk so that the screen was facing us. She pushed a button, and a black-and-white video began to play. Only minutes into the video, I could feel sweat sliding down my ribs beneath my shirt. I looked at Malone, but he wouldn't meet my eyes. McGinniskin pointed to a guy in the video. "Detective Jeremiah Malone," she said. "Is that you there on the screen?" Her tone was strangely heavy, like she was the one getting the bad news. Malone didn't say anything, just nodded, defeated. She let the video play a while longer. "Detective William Robinson." She pointed at the screen again and looked at me, her eyes blazing. "Is that you?" "It is," I said. Malone still wouldn't meet my gaze. "Look at me, you prick," I thought. But the bastard put his face in his hands. McGinniskin turned the laptop back around and slammed it shut. "You're both out," she said. The muscles in her jaw and temples were so tight they bulged from beneath the skin. "And I've got to admit, gentlemen, after seeing that tape, it gives me great pleasure to say it. There's no place in my police force for people like you. Your discharge will take effect immediately. If I hear that either of you have inquired about pensions, I'll make sure you can't get a job in this city as a fucking mall cop." McGinniskin swept her hair back from her temples, chasing composure. "Give me your badges and your weapons," she said. It was hard for me to get out of the chair. Gravity seemed to have tripled. I took my gun off, walked what seemed like 100 miles to a desk, and put my weapon down at the same time Malone did. He finally looked at me as we took our badges off. Then we left. Neither of us spoke until we were outside her office. "Bill," Malone said. "Buddy, listen, I can't believe you did this." I was shaking all over. "I can't believe you did this to us. We're out. That's it, it's over. You lying, backstabbing piece of shit." My job. My city. The walls of the old stone building were pulsing around me, closing in. Malone had killed us. We were being expelled from the living thing. Shed like dead skin, like waste. I couldn't breathe. "I'm so sorry, Bill." Malone sounded panicky. "I was trying to—" I grabbed my partner by the shirt and slammed him into the wall beside McGinniskin's door. It was all I could do not to knock his teeth out right there. I put a finger in his face and eased the words out from between my locked jaw. "You and me," I said. "We're done." Chapter 3. 2 years and 5 months later. The death toll was 8, according to Cline's count. He knew it was narcissistic, but every day he sat under the big bay windows on the second floor of his house, where he could see the ocean beyond the cypress trees, and checked the papers for signs of his work. Some days he told himself he was being too proud, and other days he knew it was just good business. Since he had moved to the tiny seaside town of Gloucester, there had been 8 overdose deaths, 2 a month.